Let's talk about it. Hi, this is Everything with Imaya. I'm Imaya, and I talk about everything and the in-betweens. Per this being my first YouTube video, I really was thinking, like, how do I just put myself out there? How do I start? What do I say? What do I do? But whatever it was gonna be, it wasn't gonna be perfect. So there is one phrase that I love to say: perfectly imperfect. I am here to talk about the imperfections of myself, the imperfections of the world, because as we know it, nothing is perfect, but it is perfectly imperfect. I was gonna make like a introduction sheet. This is everything about me. These are the things I like to do. Here's some clips of those things. I was like, that's just kind of standard. You can get that from looking at my socials. You can get that from looking just at me. You can get that from looking at my room behind me. Like, you can get to know a person very, very easily simply by just looking at them. So I decided today that I was just going to answer some questions from 2024 Imaya back in December. I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. I was not in a good place. I'm in such a better place now, and I would love to reflect on the amazing year I had and just kind of like talk about some things that I want to do going into the new year. I know a lot of people use the new year as a reset, but for me, I personally feel like every month is a new reset. The new year is just like a big old reset for me, and I get to have new opportunities at the beginning of the year and every single month going into 2026. So let's answer some questions. I have my handy dandy iPad, so I'm gonna read them off and then answer them. Questions for December 2025, Imaya. 1. Did our skin officially clear up? I'm gonna be completely honest. No, it did not. Being in my 20s, I realized you do go through a second puberty because literally all the things that were working for me last year are no longer working for me. This is what my skin looks like now. I do have a lot of dark spots. We're trying to figure out what I can mix and what I can't mix, especially somebody who dealt with hormonal acne her whole life and is still dealing with it. It's not there yet, but it's gonna get there. Just you wait. Our next question here, number 2. Do we have money? Job? What's happening? So last year, like I said, was really going through it. I didn't have a consistent job last year. I would work and then I would stop working, and then I work and then I stop working. And it really was just like, how can I make some extra money all the time? But I do have a job. Hey. And I don't have money right now because I do have bills to pay, but I do have money. We a little broke, but that's okay. We broke and we up. I know that's right. But yes, I do work as a leasing assistant, which I think is pretty cool. I've never had this kind of opportunity before. I've worked for big corporations, but I really only ever worked in food service. Good for learning some new skills. So yes, that's not a blessing in itself. I don't know what is. Number 3, sophomore/junior year at Texas State. You're almost there. Hello. Yes, I am almost there. We are actually finishing our first semester of junior year. I feel like everybody says junior year is the hardest, especially like back in high school. I don't know if it applies to college too, but I just remember hearing that. You're getting senioritis early, like it's junior year, so everything is like serious. It kind of feels like high school all over again. I have little complaints. I'll put it that way. I have little complaints. Number 4, I don't use this word as much. Did we keep our pookies the same? So my pookies, my friends, what's going on with our friends? You made some amazing friends. You met some amazing people at the beginning of the year that you are so close with now, and those friendships have blossomed into something you probably could have never imagined. Some of them are the same, some of them aren't. It is what it is. That's how life goes. Number 5, stood on biz, I'm assuming. No past situations talked to. Well, if I told you that you were right, I would be rich. Yes, we stood on business. I feel like that was such an issue I had in the past again, because I'm young and I'm lit and I'm turned, we're gonna talk about it. I feel like a lot of people will spin the block. A lot of people will go to people, especially when they feel lonely. You already have a connection with that person, so it's so much easier to just go back to the same people. And that was an issue that I suffered with so much, and not even like in a romantic sense, in a friendship sense too. I'm always like, okay, I already have a connection with this person, and I would kind of like block out whatever had happened between us. Everything's gonna change, everything's gonna be good, we're gonna be fine, it's gonna be healthy. And then the craziest thing happens, y'all. I want y'all to guess. So next question. This is my favorite question. Number 6. Did we fulfill our year of being single and loving ourselves? Well, if I told you you were right, I'd be broke. Just kidding. I would be half broke. So no, we did not fulfill our year of being single. I actually got into a relationship early at the beginning of the year with my amazing, lovely girlfriend who I love so much. Shout out. I hate when people say it's gonna hit you when you least expect it, or it's gonna come when you least expect it. Just leave it up to the universe. I hate that. But I am a believer of everything happens for a reason, and when it happens, it was its time. It was time for it to happen. That's the universe being like, okay, you've done what you need to do. here you go. Or you haven't done what you need to do, let's take it back. There really is nothing else to say. Like, I am just in love, and that's okay. Let's speak on the loving myself part. I may have not fulfilled being single for the whole year, but I definitely fulfilled loving myself. This year, I took my self-love, my self-accountability, who I am as a person, to a whole different level. And I feel like some things have happened where I've kind of like taken a step back and I'm like, okay, did I actually fulfill this? Did I actually do this? Am I becoming the person that I want to become? And I still say yes. Obviously, you're gonna have your lows and you're gonna have your highs, but at the end of the day, you're going to get to where you need to go to. And I know that I'm on the path to do that. I loved myself this year. I catered myself this year. Everything that you're seeing in this room, I did. Let me rephrase that. Everything that you are seeing in this room, I did. Everything on me that you can see, I did. I feel like that kind of discipline, self-love, determination, and that kind of ambition and drive that I had to give myself, like, I'm not gonna take credit away from myself for doing the things that I did, because at the end of the day, this wouldn't have been possible without me and me only. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So yes, I did love myself this year. Okay, number 7. 6, 7. Did you get diagnosed? No, I did not get diagnosed. Let me tell you this though. If you are a Black woman, advocate for yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the only one who knows your mind, your soul, and your body, and nobody else can tell you anything else. So if you feel like something is wrong, go get diagnosed. I fear I might have some neurodivergency in my brain. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. 8. And this question 8. How's your 20s going? I'm talking about in it. Hey, I'm barely in it. I am barely in it. If I'm gonna be honest, my 20s are low-key giving me a little bit of deja vu. Kind of feel like when I first started like middle school or high school, like it feels like a new era, but it feels like a repeat of everything that just happened in a more intense version, if that makes sense. And that's probably all I can say for how my 20s are going. Why didn't I ask myself 10 questions? Ooh, that's why. Number 9, best things that happened this year. Ooh, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay, so that's why I only wrote 9 questions. I turned 20. New year, same me, better be. I saw Glorilla. I'm gonna talk about my girlfriend so much, y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Me and my girlfriend started dating. We saw each other for the first time. It was so sweet. She gave me like this whole Spider-Man proposal. I'm like a huge Spider-Man fan. I reached 5 months of being a natural. I cut my hair off back in 2020 and I was literally bald. I was a little bald baby. And then I took some photos and they came out really good. And I was like, oh my gosh, my hair is so long, but we'll get to that. We'll come back. We'll come back to that. I saw my queen Beyonce for the second time, Cowboy Carter. Such an amazing performance. I was so stressed about my outfit, but my outfit came out really cute. I had 2 homecomings. It was too much. Here's outfit 1, here's outfit 2. That's what we did. Next, this was the number 1 highlight of my year. If this didn't happen, I would have cried. I saw Tame Impala live, and when I tell y'all, this was my first solo concert. I've never been to a concert solo. Let me tell y'all, if your people can't afford a ticket, that is completely okay, but please go to that concert by yourself. Please, 1, be safe, 2, be aware of your surroundings, and 3, don't talk to any strangers if it's not necessary. That was the highlight of my year. If I could do it all again, I would. I love looking back at videos because his performance was just so incredibly breathtaking. We're gonna come back to my hair. I said we were gonna come back to my hair, right? We're coming back to my hair. 2 weeks ago, I cut my hair. My hair was probably down to here. And the reason why I did is because I felt like this year I was doing a lot with my hair. I really was. If you're a Black woman, you either know A, you love to keep your hair in protective styles, or B, if you keep your hair in protective styles for too long and you do them incorrectly, that they are not protective styles. The regimen that I created for my hair was not good for it. Went in there knowing that I was gonna cut my hair. And that's something I'm okay with. Brought me into actually being in my 20s, and I don't know what it is about the short hair, but she's gonna be staying in 2026. Divine Femininity, I'm on the way. I recently just had a release party for the magazine I worked on. That is going to be a video in itself. It was so super amazing, so super cool. There were so many amazing performances by the beautiful ladies that were there. I'm just so grateful to have been given the opportunity to get to work on something that is just this beautiful and amazing, and I hope to do it again. And yeah, so that is just a little bit about my life, a little bit about past me, and a little bit about current me, which is also past me, because when y'all are watching this video, you'll be watching me from the past. I just hope that you guys enjoy the content that I put out, anything and everything and the in-betweens, just because I feel like people need a reminder that it is okay to be multifunctional. It is okay to be polyaesthetic. It is okay to be more than one thing. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.